Hello and welcome back to Control. We are somewhere trying to find our way to the Black Rock Quarry. So, good times. So yeah. Guess we go this way. Let me just check around. NSO. Dynamic energy extraction and conversion. Sarcophagus container NSC. The NSC was designed by order of Deputy Chief Trench shortly before he became director. The container provides a safe method of extraction of excess energy output while acting as a humane way to house him. House him. The coolant pumps keep the container and its blah 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 from overheating. While the energy is siphoned, the energy is then conducted to the converters where it is rendered into a blank through the use of turbine generators. The electricity produced powers the entire bureau, making us completely self-sufficient and efficiently invisible on the New York City grid. After NSC-101's disappearance by some unknown manifestation of Lilic's power, the occupant was restrained and a second model was built. NSC-02 possesses built-in spatial anchors that are designed to prevent any translocative effect from its occupant. Refer to file 9-23-0544 for full report. And we still have that. How fun. Projectile spread. Nah, I'm kind of good with the damage. Fan supplement. The oscillator. Supplementary materials extract from formal interdepartmental complaint. The notion of fan death has now become widely known in the region since foreign investigator met with a local journalist to explain how electric fans operate at set speeds. At speeds that may suffocate users by overly disturbing the air. As our agency is still young, we must take care to avoid missteps. Any explanation given to this public must provide sufficient yet vague rationale that will reaffirm their certainty that ours is a stable, controlled world. We must tread carefully, especially in this increasingly technological world, with the radio and other innovations allowing information to travel at speeds previously undreamt of. This is precisely why we Insists that our department handle all communication with public bodies. With all due respect, William S. Powers, head of the Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions. Interesting. All right. All right.
Elevator's broken. Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
Just jump precariously down. Here we go. Okay. Always gotta check everywhere. There we go. Cool. All right. Okay. Just want to make sure it works. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to jump down that far, but okay. I can't actually go down there yet. Hold on real quick. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. We need additional diamond blades ASAP. Continuous rim this time. Continuous rim? It says rim, right? Yeah. This time to get the clean cut research once. The black rock crap is tough. We're going through blades like we're made of the damn things. The dimensions of these slabs of black rock they want are outrageous. For all the grief they're causing me, these fire breaks better work a treat. So go ahead and double the last order. Alright.
Oh. Not what I expected.
Nice. Take it. Okay. Sorry about that. Nice.
And there it is, right where you led me. The HRAs, the prisms, they mean something to you. I need to get this present to Marshall before it's too late. HRAs, then Dylan.
Let's just go. Let's just go. No point in really lingering right now. Move. Come on. Let's go. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
They did. Find prison. Scripted organism very so violent.
Wait.
What's the connection? It would explain the hair loss.
Think about it. The precision that would require is unthinkable.
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
We will start HRA production immediately. I promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
This is it. She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codenamed P6. We brought him here after the Ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
Of course he did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now? So you kidnapped him?
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult in Ordinary. Eventually, his power changed him. There were casualties. He wasn't fit to be the director.
Did you know about this? Is this why you didn't bring me here sooner? Were you keeping me away?
Where is Dylan? He's kept in the containment sector, in the Panopticon.
My brother. I thought we were the same. What if we are?
I'm going. Now. I expected as much. I need to go check on something. Something I cannot let the Hiss find. It shouldn't take long, but you must watch the Bureau while I'm gone. And remember, Dylan is dangerous. Do not let him out, Director Faden.
How do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing simple here. These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question. Are they my enemies or my friends? I need to see Dylan. I need to know. I wish you could tell me what you know, explain things. Just stay with me, okay? I could use a friend right now.
That's not ominous at all.
Colin, any word on survivors? We've located numerous safe rooms with survivors inside. We're waiting on HRAs before we open. Once we can safely bring them out, survivors will be escorted.
Sweet. Quarry incident. During my weekly safety inspection of the quarry threshold, I discovered the entire crew in a state of blah blah blah. The whole team was blah blah blah, aligned and staring in a uniform direction. The city in the distance, despite my most vocal efforts to gain their attention, they remained blah blah for more than blah blah minutes, until I had to resort to literally blah 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 blah. Afterwards, they were dazed and could not provide any rationale for their behavior or any specific memories or of engaging in it. My official recommendation of any crew working in a threshold area is to either shorten the length of their shifts or to carry out mandatory psychological evaluation on a weekly basis, or preferably both. Then maybe we should order another expedition to the city. Refer to file 5-58-3096 for full report. No, I don't want to watch it again. I guess you do. You want to watch it. Alright.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the Hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives! So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her. This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the Hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the Hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if Hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the Hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here. How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. And they're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily. I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
All right. Analysis of Hiss Threat Part 2. Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the Hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating Hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent Hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the Hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were able to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See the corresponding audio record, refer to file blah 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 for the full report. All right. Okay.
Who crucifies and finds out? Who does she think she is, authorizing that kind of data breach?
She must think he's hiding something. And I agree. The HRAs. Alone. Cliff Darling knew more than he let on.
Welcome back.
All right. Okay.
Containment. The containment sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on Earth. It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these, and none of them. It's something more profound, unbelievable, unknowable. Something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They're all powerful, dangerous. They press heavy on our minds because that's their nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick. If this place were ever reached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
All right.
Panopticon. Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. Object of power and altered item distinctions. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some very key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant parallelitarian abilities. See file PUT 812 for an introduction for the subject. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is widely believed to be due to the affiliation with the objects of power. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates the evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more preternaturally than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. Exactly. Okay. We did it. It's a very yellowy place. Simple, easy peasy. Okay. Nice. Not fast travel. In memory of the heroic agents who gave their lives. The forces known and unknown for the protection and greater knowledge of all humankind. We honor their sacrifice. Some names here. I have to go to the medical wing. Okay. Whoop. This looks healthy. Dang it. Let's go like game. Okay. Okay. Okay, now that we're through that. There's more to that place, but we don't have any reason to stay there right now, so... Okay. Wolf Globe. No unique procedures required, however, contact should be limited, as some report feeling disoriented after touching it. Item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand painted, spins freely on all axes, while the continents and oceans are recognizably those of Earth. Careful examination has revealed numerous blah 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 and other geographic additions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands has a city marked on it named Tanrelio. There are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders subjects dizzy and disoriented, with some reporting a feeling of unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of listlessness and depression. Suicide has been observed in blah 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 handlers. I'll be right back. And back. Alright. What's this?
August 4th, 1964. We discovered the oldest house while investigating a suspected altered world event case in the New York City subway tunnels. The agents found their way up into the building. Once we became aware of it, it was there. For the rest of the population, it was hiding in plain sight. A slippery blind spot, seemingly discouraging observation. It's a place of power. An ongoing AWE of its own, seemingly adhering to its physical outer constraints and yet constantly breaking the known boundaries of reality. It's unstable, shifting. Note, for more details on control points and the research and process to stabilize and secure the core sectors, refer to a separate presentation. After extensive research and investigation, the Bureau made the building its headquarters on November 13th, 1968. The Federal Bureau of Control was never out in the open. This was always an obfuscated, classified top-secret operation. So imagine our surprise when the building's observation-resistant aspects began in some unquantifiable way to affect the Bureau as a whole.
All right. That's what we just watched. Before we do that, all right. Let's go ahead and open those up. this shelter here.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
Well then. Okay.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me? Maybe in here, they were even harder.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director? Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have Hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our state-of-the-art repository for all altered items.
Don't have time for this.
Power and...
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden? Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from me. He's in the maximum security cells upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about. If we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, man. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there. Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
I better not get blamed for this mess in the next performance review. I have a cat to feed.
All right.
So many cell breaches. Is the TV back in its box yet? No rush or anything, it's just, you know, an ongoing concern.
Yeah, let's talk.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare. That's not to say I don't like my job, ma'am. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here. How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them.
Did he say
Flipping the
singing?
lights 3 times, that sort of thing. It's not superstition if it works.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing them, making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor. Did you work closely with Trench?
Oh, he spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Trench certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no-smoking policy? It does. Just not for Trench. Still, he is the one who put aside funding for the Panopticon. The man did have vision.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed. At which point I got bumped up to management. Put in a steady 8 hours a day for another 10 years and voila, supervisor.
I just picked up a gun. Or a gun picked me. I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
I thought I unmuted, but anyway. So yeah, so that's him. Alright. No unique procedures required. Altered status is suspected, but unverified. A blue coffee thermos with a white plastic cap and a logo of of the Oh Deer Diner, located in Bright Falls, Washington. The cap doubles as a mug. The item responds to Formula I-16, yet no discernible altered effect has been discovered, other than keeping liquids warm for surprisingly long periods of time. It's also worth noting that the coffee from the thermos is always refreshing and strong, no matter its quality, before being poured into the item. Background: the thermos was discovered on the shore of Cauldron Lake outside the town of Bright Falls. Both are known sites of a recurring AWE. See Bright Falls AWE case file for further information. According to witness statements, Alan Wake, see Prime Candidate Program entry for further information, who went missing shortly before the discovery of the thermos, had been seen collecting similar thermoses for a purpose. All right. Also, is that a stapler or an altered item? Don't take office equipment outside of the building.
You guys didn't bring, like, checkers or anything, did you?
Any active duty security personnel
The Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
Go. Okay. Let's open this up. Okay. Anything? No? Okay. Hey, that's the fan we read about earlier. Yeah, this is basically where they keep all these, the items and objects and such.
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
I saw that. Kind of want to wait on the... I kind of want to upgrade the shatter seed, all that stuff.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I know what we're about to have to do.
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God! Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't. I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
Okay, I don't have to do that right now. Thank goodness. Alright, let's see if there's anything down here. Does not seem like it.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
cleanse the Benikoff TV. You can't tell me what to do. Really? Crap. What? Come on. Dang it. Is there not a better point? I thought there was, and that's why I'm confused. I thought there was a better point, like right in front of the door, but I must be mistaken. Gosh, dang it.
Okay, the TV. Another object of power going nuts. Here we go again.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Ocelot's Anchor. The crew of the White Ocelot first encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the Witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It had hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew, by throwing a fin bucket, which disappeared into the sphere. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fishing vessel called the Blubba rescued the 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by the to the U.S. port of Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the Bureau via the All right. Got his ID. Just making certain we got everything. Finally. All right. All right.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
All right. Feels so nice to have levitate now. Dang it. Well, okay then. We'll be right with you. Just sit tight. Okay. Okay. So now that we can reach those hard to reach places. This is 5th, okay. In big bold letters, P6 cell. P6 cell. Bleh. There's that swan boat that we read about a few streams ago. Don't know if we read about that one. Not sure. Water cooler, which we've read about. Crowbar, I think. Not sure if we read about that one.
Dylan. He's so close.
Can you hear me? Jesse. Are you there, Jesse?
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way. We need to get back. I have to see my brother.
Not actually what I meant to do. I meant to go to collections. Right, the TV. No unique confined containment procedures required while bound. CRT television built by Binikoff and Sons Electrics. The screen is still functional. The object can levitate itself off the ground to a maximum observed altitude of when bound, the object allows parallelitarians, whatever, to harness this effect for their own use. See report blah 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 for the results tested with prime candidate blah blah. The object is currently bound by blah 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 blah. Background: the object was first discovered in a local news story from blah blah, Kansas. A figure had been seen blah over buildings. The Bureau dispatched agents to the town who discovered that a man named blah 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 had bound himself to the object. Mr. blah 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 was detained, see case 39-HQ-656, and the object was brought to the Bureau for study. Okay. Just check. Doesn't seem to be anything. Oh, that's... I can't actually go any further. Okay. So we want to
up too much of your time today, Dylan. Alright, I won't take up too much of your time today, Dylan. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, your sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort of thing.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean. Back in Ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped she'd come too. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper said she could come too, to the Bureau. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me. She always wanted to be out on her own, seeing the world. She always said so. Because she got what she wanted.
Great. So, she wanted to see the world. Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here, you know that. Any particular cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about family friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait. We're not... End of session. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? Person is she? That sort of thing.
Let's see. Dylan Phaeton, daily observations. 9:30, breakfast is brought. 11:54, gets out of bed, uses toilet, returns to bed. 11:57, asks for television to be turned on. Staff do so. 12 p.m. Lunch is brought, breakfast is removed. 12:02, lunch eaten. Eats lunch. 2:38 p.m. Uses toilet. 4:03 p.m. Begins talking to self. Recording speech is not possible due to noise from television. 4:07 p.m. Becomes upset. Throws lunch tray at glass. 4:09 p.m. Stated. Crew clean the cell. Television is turned off. 6:12 p.m. Comes to. Asks for television to be turned on. Staff refuse. 6:16 p.m. Sleeps. Television privileges were refused due to hostile behavior. Obviously. All right. All right. Or is it the other way? No, this is not. What? Whatever. Okay. Boop boop boo doo doo. All right. Come on. Wait, before I do that. Sweet. All right.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the Hiss signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
Speech analysis. Bleh. Analysis of Hiss threat part 3. If we understand the Hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed upon term for their vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you, the Hiss, referring to? Does the Hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-Hiss life, wants to join it? To be consumed by it? Is that its goal? The second most used word are through and time. Is this possibly the Hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There is clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Refer to blah, blah, blah for full report.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know. He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. And Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Oh god, did she have to write everything made up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall, serious shit. God.
Yeah, we have a few things we can go do, but let's go meet Dylan. Or let's read this first. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individual paranatural abilities. We call these individuals parallelitarians. The potency of these abilities depends on the person using the blah blah blah. Object of power, as an example, some peoples can achieve a throw distance of blah 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 blah, while others are only capable of as little as blah blah blah. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.15 for more information. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some blah 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 exists within the body, and that, like all muscles, it can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to the Northmore records. Considering he is one of the most accomplished parallelitarians the Bureau has ever seen, Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Shifted bathroom complaint. Building shit. I'm complaining because the place keeps shifting around. Alright. Technological limitations of the oldest house. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural for the oldest house to them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles or for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Yeah. So there's the why, so much old tech being used in the place. It's just the old house does not like newer stuff, so it's just like that, I guess. The best room. This is the best room in the whole game. I'm going to read this one. Federal Bureau of Control. Whom it may concern. In case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or home phone. Sincerely, J. Bozer, Vice Chief of Staff. Yeah, that's sure is a way to decorate your room. Pope's promotion. Dr. Darling has personally recommended Mrs. Pope for promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing many ongoing research matters. See research reports for breakthroughs resulting from her work. Recommendation. According to her colleagues, Pope has displayed a keen eye for detail and a quick grasp of paranatural concepts. She is professional and diligent, though some of her co-workers complain of social disinterest. The review committee approves this recommendation and promotes Mrs. Pope to the position of research specialist. A lot of stuff I apparently missed. We're just kind of reading through now. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us through our ancestral heritage. See Jung Report, page 12 through 34. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images, shared by a massive population, is in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, imbuing a single object with massive amounts of Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. Yes. Believe it.
Apparently the director is for the HRA production. They're already getting...
Okay.
That's Dylan. Can you hear me? Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you. Do you know who I am? Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign. Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this to be
Can you stop
true.
that? Please? Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only true accountant of accountant of accountant of accountant.
Stop it!
Orange Peel.
Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small and ordinary. In the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. And she didn't help when they locked me up for years. Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Hey, hey, hey. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
All right. Let's see.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places. They're bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous.
Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. No one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation for maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. To think of it, the song should have gone back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
Let's talk more.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. Now he's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be? You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know. What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry. I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
Alright. So many... Yes, I absolutely want to put that there, yeah. So we got the enemy, old growth, fridge duty, that.
You got this. I bet this is all over. We find out Darling was born. I bet you decide.
Control points. Also, we're not going to do any more story stuff. We're just reading stuff, collecting side stuff. What I might do next time is finish the next main story thing and then do like a lot of side stuff. So, control points are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the blah blah arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by blah 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 detection of an unobstructed ping using the blah blah within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures, or blah blah, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be blah blah. Alright, I think with that, I'm going to call it. Like I said, next time we'll finish up Face of the Enemy, you know, obviously get the next main story bit, but I think after we finish this, we'll go on and do other side stuff. Probably this and then the fridge duty thing. And then, yeah. Kind of have an idea about what I plan on doing. So, yeah, so with that said, we've met Dylan and, interesting. Yeah, very interesting. We are coming up to about where I, in my own time, I've got to, so in this story, we're coming up close to I have no idea what's going to happen territory, so yeah. So, anyway, so thank you everybody for watching, and until next time.